On today's video, we are talking about dedication. Dedication to your cause. But before we get into that, please, if you're new here, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and give me a thumbs up on the video. It really means a lot to me. So, let's get into the video. Hey, welcome to the 222 Paranormal Podcast video series. I'm your host, Joe Shortridge, and on today's show I want to apologize right up front. Okay, I'm going to say some Japanese terms that I can't really pronounce, so if I pronounce them wrong, I apologize. I don't mean any disrespect, but I just can't pronounce them, you know. Today, we're going to talk about something a little different. Back in the 19th century, there was a Buddhist monk named Teixemunkai, and he was traveling through what is now known as Tokyo when he came across a village, and the villagers were all going blind. So he was what is called an Issei Gyonin, which is a Astatic Buticed who believes that self-mutilation will help mankind. They believe that by mutilating themselves, their spirit would be stronger and they'd be able to help mankind. So he tried to cure them of their blindness and he couldn't figure it out. So he did something a little different. He actually cut his left eye out and threw it in the river to cure their blindness. Now, it may be a surprise to you, but that didn't work. Okay? So he thought he's going to make an ultimate sacrifice. And maybe to him it wasn't a sacrifice, I shouldn't say that, but he believes that it would help mankind and help the villagers. So what he did was he went on a quest to become Sokushinbutsu, which is translated as Buddha in the flesh. Okay? So basically, he became a mummy. He self-mummified himself. This is a long process, long, painful process. Okay? For the first 1,000 days, he would only eat buckwheat, millet, and fruits and vegetables. He would also go on a very strenuous exercise routine, running, moving as much as he could. And what this would do is this would lower his fat content in his body, which also lowers his moisture level in his body and also lowers his temperature in his body. Okay, and he's not doing this to pump up. He's doing this to lose weight. Okay, so he did that for the first 1,000 days. The second 1,000 days, he would switch up to a tree diet, eating only pine needles, tree bark, and sometimes rocks. Because in these monks, they've actually found rocks in their stomachs. Now, I don't know how they eat a rock, but, and why? That's one thing I didn't understand is, why would they just eat rocks? But, I don't know. During this time, he would drink the tea made from the sap of the akoshi tree. Now, this stuff is horrid, okay? It's like drinking turpentine. Seriously. It would cause rashes, vomiting, serious dehydration, diarrhea, all that, okay? And during this time also, he switched up to a complete sedimentary lifestyle of just sitting and meditating all day. He would not move. And what this would do also is it would even deplete his body more of what's left over of the fats. The muscle would go away. So he would become like emaciated. And drinking this tea also is very toxic to the body, obviously. He would get rashes and stuff. But it would also change his body so that after death, bacteria, flesh-eating bacteria, maggots and stuff like that wouldn't touch his body. Okay? So after that 2,000 days, but basically 5 years, his emaciated body would be put in a tomb and lowered into the ground. Now this tomb was only big enough to fit his body sitting in the lotus position, which is legs crossed, arms down to the side. He would be put in there and he would be given a bell, and there'd be a tube of air or tube running to the surface for air. Every day he would ring the bell. Once the bell stopped ringing, they would assume that he died. They would pull the air tube out and completely bury him in the ground for another 1,000 days. After that 1,000 days, they would exhume his body and see if he reached Sokushinbutsu, Buddha in the flesh. If his body has decomposed, they know that he didn't reach that. And he'd be put in a regular burial and honored for his sacrifice. So it's kind of weird because, I mean, weird to me, but it's just like, dude, you tried, but you didn't do it. But he tried. And he did succeed to become Sokushinbutsu. So his body was put on display in a Buddhist temple, and I'm not exactly sure where. I'm going to find out, because if I do any overseas travel, I'd love to go there and see this, because his sacrifice and his determination is just unbelievable. So over 100 monks have tried this, but only 25 have succeeded to become Buddha in the flesh. They're on display in different temples. The other monks, the 75 that didn't make it, are buried, and they gave a proper burial with ceremonies, and they're very honored for their sacrifice. So why would they put themselves through this, you ask? Did you ask that? Now, the reason why they did this was they believed it as a transcendence to where their spirit could watch over the earth for 1,000,000 years. So the last monk that performed this was named Bukaya, I believe. He did this back in 1903, okay? And after the 1,000 days, he was going to be exhumed. But I don't really know if war or something came out, but they didn't exhume his body because obviously it was illegal also to perform this. So it wasn't until 1961 that they exhumed his body. And when they exhumed it and took him out of his tomb, they found that he did reach Sokushinbutsu. He became Buddha in the flesh because his body did not decay. He looked the exact same as the day that they put him in the ground. And he's on display also somewhere. Now, these 25 monks that have performed this, you can go and see them right now, including Texa Monkai, in these temples, and they can be visited and prayed to. So it's very interesting. I know that in our culture it seems kind of strange to self-mummify yourself and extremely painful, but like I said, they believe that they are transcending so that they can help mankind for over 1,000,000 years. Now, I don't know if this is still going on, like I said. And I believe that it may still be going on. But who knows? But anyhow, I just thought it'd be really interesting to bring this to you. I appreciate you watching. I apologize if I said any of the Japanese terms wrong. But it's very interesting to me. So I wanted to bring it to you. Also, before I let you go, please, please, please hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and give me a thumbs up on the video. It would really mean a lot to me. And thanks for watching, and enjoy your day.